Good morning. It is day 16, and today we're going to finish where we left off last week and finish the bed frame. I've also been gifted some pallets, so I am going to start taking them apart so we can use the pallet wood for the roof. So that is probably going to take us to the end of the day, but obviously there's loads of jobs to be getting on with if we do run out of time or we finish the job or whatever. So let's see how we go. Okay. So we managed to get some wood at the timber shop. However, they don't make it this thickness anymore. So we've had to get some normal 2x2 and improvise. So what Beardy's done is he's cut a little bit of extra to put in that gap so that that will then be level with this, because I don't want a wonky bed. So it's a little bit higgledy-piggledy, but it works, and that's what matters. And it's not going to be visible because the bed's frame is going to be covered anyway. So let's get that in.
And this was such a quick job. I was so annoyed when we just it literally took 10 minutes. We just ran out of wood last week, so we hadn't much choice really. And this is it all finished. Ta-da! We did test it with some plywood on top just to see how sturdy it was, and it is absolutely super sturdy, and I'm really, really pleased. You can see underneath where the drawers are going to go, because there's supports in the middle of the frame for those. But for now, let's tackle these pallets. They were a lot harder to separate than I was previously led to believe. So Beardy and my brother concentrated on taking the pallets apart, and I used a hammer just to get the nails out, which even that was difficult. I'm not even going to lie to you. Had a bit of a paddy a couple of times because there was some I just could not get out at all, and I had to get Beardy to step in. But we did manage to get a decent amount of slats out of the wood that we do have, so that's good. Some of them were easier than others to sort of clean up and get all the metal out of. Some of them were an absolute nightmare though. I'm not they were really bad. And you can see how many nails were in this wood. It was ridiculous. But that's what we managed to get out of it by the end of the work.
Okay. So after like an hour, we only managed to get the wood off of one of these with a solid amount of hour of work. So if anyone knows how to get pallets apart that are really, really stuck in, I would love some advice before next weekend, because the more wood, the better for these, really. But yeah, we've managed to get most of it, but the three really solid, pretty looking ones, absolutely no chance. They're just so well made. So yeah, give me a shout if you know how to get these off easier.
And then because we had a little bit of time left over, we decided to finish the wall up to the ceiling on this side. As you can see, there's still a bit of a gap, so what we had to do is create a frame to make sure that the wall was flat, and we did that by adding extra wood and just building out a frame like we did with the bottom half of the wall. What it does mean is I've managed to get a lot of insulation in behind there, so I know that the van's going to be super warm and well insulated when we do finally get to actually go out in it and explore. I'm using a mixture of the Dial loft insulation, and a friend gifted me some Kingspan that he had left over from his build, which is just the perfect size for putting in these top sections of the walls. So I'm using a mixture of that and the Dial just to get around the extra edges and corners that needed filling in as well. We then got it all screwed on. Because of where it is, it sits pretty solidly, so we only have 2 screws in that bit of wood and 2 screws in this bit on the left as well. It is pretty secure, it doesn't seem to be wanting to go anywhere, and that's where we left it for the day. So we've got the full driver's side wall done, and next week I'm getting the engine taken out, so that'll be fun. And I'm also going to sort out this pallet wood and try and get it looking a little bit neater. So yeah, see you next week.